Hello, humans. I'm back. I'm not dead.
As am I.
Dear God.
It's been a second.
I'm rusty. It's been a hot minute.
It has been a hot minute. I'm Colin.
I'm Alex.
And then we have Hannah in here today. She's gonna be the stereotypical, the good mythical morning off camera voice. So we're gonna have her over there.
She's actually mic'd up.
She is actually mic'd up.
I am.
It's weird.
It's a little different.
It is a little different. It's almost the end of July now. It's been almost, I think, a whole month since we've recorded an episode. At least 3 weeks. It's been a while.
Well, yeah, but we did a double recording.
Oh, you're right. So it has been almost a month then.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, I have a new microphone, so now I sound better, I think. So. Woo.
Yay.
Jazz hands. Well, there's enough beating around the bush. I think we should go talk libations.
Sounds good to me. Let's go do it. Alrighty. So we're going to introduce a little new bit that we're testing out that I threw together kind of haphazardly one day in a fever dream of ideas. So to figure out what the drink's going to be, what are we all thinking? What do we all think? We thinking cider, beer, cocktail? Should we roll the dice and find out?
Sure. Oh.
It would be a cocktail. So what B said cocktail?
Today it's going to be just a basic daiquiri. We've got your white rum, simple syrup, and lime juice is all you're really going to need. I'm not mistaken. You can garnish it with a few different things, right?
You could. Traditionally, it's just a lime wedge, though, or a lime circle.
Yeah, so we could just do that if you wanted to. Super basic drink. It's actually fairly good, I think. It's we have the Bacardi Superior White Rum with my fancy pour top on it because now I am professional.
Or any white rum will do you fine.
Yes.
A bourbon court white would be just fine.
Yes.
Or a plantation 3-star white is a great working white rum.
Yes.
And by working, I mean not highly expensive. About $20 for a bottle.
That's not bad. We're tripling up this just because we're making it all for the three of us. What you want to do is you want to get your 2 shots of white rum, your 0.75 ounce of lime juice, and 0.75 ounces of simple syrup. I'm just going to simplify that, and I'm just going to do, what is that, 2.5? No, 2.25.
Yeah.
So I'll just do, this bottle's getting low on lime juice. Good thing I have a backup because I am professional. Oosh. I'm just going to eyeball it because we're not too particular about our drinks here. Hannah, can you say particular?
No.
Oh, I know. That's a running joke that she doesn't know how to say the word particularly. So it just kind of ends up particularly, and it's great. Not to put her on blast, but 100% to put her on blast.
Listen,
fella.
Also, if you don't happen to have simple syrup at home, don't go out to the store and buy it. You can make it yourself. It's just 1 part simple or 1 part sugar to 1 part water. Just boil that, or not boil that. Put it in a saucepan over medium heat. Stir it until the sugar is dissolved, and then let it cool. That's all you really need to do.
See.
Or in my case, you can go out, buy a bottle of simple syrup, and then once that's gone, make your own and use that bottle.
Yep. Not too terribly difficult to put together.
Oh, just shake the shit out of it now. Smack the microphone as well.
Beat the shit out of your brand new microphone.
Yeah.
That's been hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, seriously. I'm surprised it actually was. I just kind of randomly looked on B&H and they had it in stock, and I was just like, all right.
Oh, well, lucky you.
Yeah. Or Ben was waiting for months for his.
Right. Yeah.
Try to even it out a little bit. I do have to get used to keeping my face close to the microphone now. And not smacking the table. There you go. There you go, Hannah.
Thank you.
All right.
Cheers. Eyes.
Cheers.
Eyes, because if you don't make eye contact,
You
it's
have bad sex for the rest of your life.
10 years of bad luck and bad sex for the rest of your life.
Correct.
Yum.
Delicious.
Yeah, you can't hate it.
It's pretty good.
Because once you have a real daiquiri, you'll never go back to the fucking giant slushy machine daiquiri. Don't get me wrong, they're okay. I much prefer a regular traditional daiquiri than that shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to the girl at the liquor store who, when I just asked her, I was like, what drink would you recommend? I'm like, what's your favorite drink? She's like, daiquiri. I was like, she's like, here, I'll write it down for you. I'm like, thank you.
Interesting.
So shout out to her, and it's Mike's Liquor, right?
Yeah.
Up the street. Not sponsored, but shout out to Mike's.
For you, yeah, I use a different.
Yeah, for me, up
Sure.
the street here, Mike's.
They're
pretty cool.
But if you guys are wondering in terms of taste, what a traditional daiquiri tastes like, it's a really well balanced drink because it's 3 ingredients: your white rum, so your 2 ounces of white rum, or 60 mils if you want to go that route of white. Then your 0.75 ounces of lime juice and simple syrup equivalent. You could also reduce the simple syrup if you want.
That would be the top of the thing popping off on its own.
Yeah, cobbler shakers do that, which is why I don't like them.
Where did it go?
It's a wizard.
You see it?
No, I don't. Oh, there it is. It's underneath that 3D printer platform.
It's underneath your 3D printer.
It's fine. I have a few.
Oh,
Only
shit.
only one that works though.
It happened.
Yeah, it was under the cheap one that I first got. That was actually my first 3D printer.
It's
so.
well balanced. It's a really clean, refreshing drink. You get your rum funk, so you get those tropical vibes, and then you get your nice punch of citrus that's then toned down by the simple syrup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's well balanced. Yeah, be careful with these because you can drink the fuck out of them and they will get you wasted
Oh yes.
very, very fast.
Yes.
Just like our in our first episode or pilot episode when we did the slow gin punch, that shit gets you.
Slow gin punches, yeah, they don't taste like, yeah, it just goes down like water.
Yup.
It's a dangerous, dangerous time.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of dangerous times,
Oh boy.
I recently got back in town about last week.
Week before.
Week before, yeah, because I did a wee bit of traveling.
We were that explains actually that will explain our absence because we wanted to be responsible and not record shortly after that.
Yeah, immediately after I returned from a trip. Make sure if you return from a trip, stay away from humans for a little bit, and yeah, make sure you don't have the coof.
The coof.
Because it's no fun. Thank you to Brandon Herrera for introducing me to the term the coof. We appreciate you.
Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
And everything that you do. If you want to look him up, and as you know, we're into firearms here. Brandon Herrera, also known as the AK guy. Give him a look up on YouTube. Good shit. I watch everything religiously.
Brett, if you want to be on the episode,
We'll take you.
Like, yo, like he's gonna listen.
dude.
Dude, no.
Dude, you wanna come on?
Yeah, so I was in Colorado, which was fun. It's a trip that the two close friends of mine we did. last year. We're probably going to try and make it as much of a yearly thing as possible.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, no, traveling during a global pandemic is it's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. Because as we were driving out, so Colorado had already implemented the masks in public. Kansas had, I think it had yet to take effect. So when I left, it still hadn't taken effect yet.
Yes.
In the state of Kansas. And so we're driving at about every gas station. I mean, it was just so intermittent. It was hit or miss. You saw people wearing them. Some people weren't.
Yeah.
There really wasn't any enforcement. And it's kind of a hard thing to try to enforce, really, because
I mean,
people are going to do what people want to do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And
that's the scary part about it.
And I think people, they think it's taking away their liberties and freedoms. It's
not.
It's not at all.
No.
You cannot like it, but just because you don't like it doesn't mean you probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's good. They're wanting you to do it for a reason. And for all you fuckos that think it's a conspiracy theory, pull your head out of your ass. Number one.
Number two, it prevents them from scanning our faces. If that's gonna prevent you from doing that because you're like, oh, facial recognition,
then there you go. It breaks your facial recognition.
Yeah.
Well, what's crazy is I work at a preschool, and so they have a lot of regulations. Like, parents cannot come into the building. Everyone has to wear masks, hand washing. Like, you have to have the kids wash their hands every 30 minutes. We had one couple of parents that they had it. And yet when they drop off their kids, they don't wear masks. And it's crazy. Like, you had it, and they're like, we're not going to wear masks. We refuse to wear masks. I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah, I don't understand that. The thing that upsets me is people are just like, because they'll find out that if you wear a mask and someone else doesn't, then it does no good for you, and they'll think, oh, so that means if no one else is wearing a mask, then why should I wear a mask? The thing is, masks are effective only when everyone wears them. Mm-hmm. If you don't wear it, then you're endangering somebody else. If someone else doesn't wear it, they're endangering you. You should be upset with them, not with the government that's requiring you to wear it.
Yeah, I mean, just wear the fucking thing. God damn it. Please.
It's not hard. Well, and then a lot of people are saying, I was like, oh, I can't breathe. And I was like, yeah, imagine getting COVID and not being able to breathe. Like,
yeah.
There you go.
Can't breathe in this thing. Well, maybe you should walk more, fucko.
Oh.
Well, I have a coworker that she's constantly complaining about wearing it. And I'm like, she's like, I have asthma. And I'm like, wow, where's your inhaler that you need constantly because you can't breathe in this mask? Like,
if you're gonna bitch about this, try wearing mop gear.
Oh,
try wearing chemical warfare equipment.
For the record,
and
she has severe asthma and has been hospitalized with it. So when she's complaining about somebody else saying, "Oh, it's asthma is too hard to breathe," they need to stop.
Punch him in the throat.
Yes.
Just whack. Don't actually do that because you
don't.
You can collapse someone's trachea and they will choke and die. But in a self-defense scenario, and they're trying to kill you, not a bad option. So
Bitters, Brews, and Laughs does not endorse punching of people's throats. If you do that, that is your own responsibility to deal with the consequences of that. Have fun in jail.
That's a fact. But no, so yeah. So the whole mask thing was kind of hit or miss. Colorado, they were a little better about it. A lot more people were wearing masks, like in the store. Once they got out of the store, they took them off.
Well, yeah.
But beyond that, it was fairly normal. Like, nothing felt out of the ordinary, really.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm just kind of used to it. I really don't care anymore. Just, like, you got your mask? Yeah. Fucking Alex, every single time, like, we would, like, get ready to go to a place. I'm like, you have your mask? Fuck. And he'd, like, turn around and run back to his car. you'd be like, where's my, like, I brought a pack of masks with me.
Smart.
Because they're KN95s. They're not the N95s, like the with the little respirator piece on it, but they're the stronger variant.
Yeah.
Of the non-respirator portion. So like I wore that with the with the cloth over top of it, just for my sake and my sanity.
Fair.
My reason is a little different than most people. If anyone's in the same boat, you'll understand. So if you're trying to get into the military currently with this whole thing going on, which is something I'm trying to do right now, you get hospitalized with COVID. I don't know if that's changed yet. I haven't looked, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is right now. If you get hospitalized with it, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You can say bye-bye to that option because it's gone. So if you contract it though, and you don't get hospitalized and you just have minor symptoms and you recover, they'll let you in. So my reason for it was pretty valid, I think, for being a little more paranoid about it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I just took the precautions that I wanted to take, and I had a fucking good time. And boy, do I have some tales.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we pretty much traveled 2 whole states.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Driving from Kansas, so where we drove to, so we drove to my buddy's dad's place. So he lives just outside of Denver International Airport. It's a pretty brand new area, DIA. So downtown Denver is like a 15-ish minute drive, something like that.
That's not bad.
From the neighborhood on the highway.
That's not bad.
So no, it's away from downtown and it's near the airport. And so it's a really, really nice area. Really low crime there. The housing's all really nice. So you can't really beat it. And so we stayed there for a couple of days, and then we drove out to Ouray, Colorado, which is in the San Juan Mountains. That's still part of the Rockies, if I remember right. But that's an additional 7-hour drive. And Ouray is a spit away from the border with Utah.
Jeez.
So we drove pretty much we drove all the way through Kansas.
Jeez.
To Denver area, through Denver to pretty much the border of Utah.
Good God. That sounds like I was doing an install for my job the other day, and I was talking to my driver, and he's like, yeah, so I think we were in like Bethany, Missouri or something like that. And he's like, yeah, if you go up two exits, you're at the border to Iowa. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, well, just go to Iowa.
Well,
I think it was Iowa, right? Maybe I'm forgetting the state. I'm not good at geography. Shut up.
It would have been Iowa, babe.
It would have been okay, cool. Thank you for the confirmation. The peanut gallery.
I'm no longer the peanut gallery.
Oh no, yeah, you're not. Oh shit.
So, yeah, it was a lot of driving going from, because we had to do that twice. So going out and then
Good God.
returning. So it was
Oh, excuse me.
7-8 hour drive to Denver, and then pretty much about the same drive to Ouray, and then from Ouray
You're what?
back to Denver, and then from Denver back here. I can do road trips to a limit. Like,
Same.
I need to be able to stop. Like, I can be a straight through, but I prefer to stop somewhere, sleep,
Yes, so do I.
and then drive more.
Which is why I would love to have a Tesla, because it forces you to stop for a little bit. So then you can actually, and chances are the supercharger is going to be in a place where it's not just like a desolate area. They put them specifically in places that are, you have food to get or something to do. So that's why I'm excited to have a Tesla at some point.
Yeah, but so predominantly when we went up there, we did a bunch of 4x4ing because we went up in my buddy's Jeep.
Nice.
That he's done some modifications to.
Of course.
So yeah, he put new sway bar disconnects on it. So the sway bar that runs on the front axle between the two tires, and you can actually separate those off, so they're independent of one another.
Yeah.
So for climbing rocks and everything, you have more flexibility.
You have more flexibility.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what you're doing, but
My brain went to the old man dancing the.
need to stop.
No, I think I need to continue.
And then his dad in his 2002 Jeep Grand Cherokee got it lifted about 2 inches and then got solid giant iron skid plates
Jesus.
put on the underside of the car.
Jeez. Well, all right.
It made it through all the trails we did, which surprised the fuck out of me. Because it's definitely not like the most well set up for that kind of thing. Let's just say I was pleasantly surprised with how it performed and handled through all that.
Pleasantly surprised that you didn't have to pull his ass out of a ditch.
Well, we didn't have a winch, so.
Oh.
I meant him, not the car.
If it went, it went. So, dear God, the first trail we did, which is supposed to be easy. The initial obstacle we had last year is a boulder had fallen off of the summit
Oh, yeah.
into the middle of the trail. And on your left, it's the mountainside with slight jut outs of rock that could murder you. And then on your right, you're on a shelf road, and on the right is just death. It's just a drop. There are no trees. Because that side of the mountain, the trees don't grow.
Death with no defendants.
Because you were above timberline.
Listen.
And so, luckily, that had been kind of, since the year that we had been there, the terrain had changed. So it was really easy to get up and over. Coming down, again, was such a fucking bitch. It was such a pain in the ass last year.
Amazing.
But we were like, oh, there's only 3 obstacles. The fucking big ass boulder in the top of the road that we have to climb over.
Was it still there?
No.
Oh.
They had gone up there and moved it.
Or eroded away.
A piece of equipment that was kind of stuck in the road that you had to climb the side over. So there's a bank that you had to make. So the car is at about a 45-degree bank going around it.
That's fucking terrifying.
And then you come back down, and then you start hitting these switchbacks that are they're domed. It's not shale, but it's just smooth domed rock. And it likes to rain a lot for whatever reason right in that area. For those of you that are wondering what area I'm talking about Saxon Mountain and St. George. If you take I-70 westbound all the way through Colorado, you'll pass right through Georgetown, which is a small little town that's there. And so you can go up to Idaho Springs, and you just follow this little winding road, and then there's just a dirt turnoff that takes you onto the trails that used to be old mining routes. And so you're coming down these switchbacks, and it just loves terrain, so the rock gets slick as fuck.
Oof.
Coming down.
Nope. That's a nope.
So you're crawling at like 3 miles an hour, and the car is just shaking everywhere. It's like riding a wooden roller coaster at really slow speed.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like
I don't like wooden roller coasters anyway, so that's a no from me, Chief.
It depends on how well your kit is set up, because there are some people that have just monster kits and they just barrel through it like it's nothing.
That's a nope for me,
But
dog.
they spend a fuckload of money, and I mean shitload of money on their cars just for that purpose. But we're coming down these switchbacks, crawling at like 3 miles an hour. We had to do construction on there to get over obstacles that had shown up for no reason.
What?
We had to just start grabbing rocks and piling them up to build a sloped gradient to get over something that was in the middle of the road. I can't remember what, but it was so uneven that the cars wouldn't actually like, they'd be so off balance that they would probably just flip.
Jeez.
So we just all got out and just started picking up rocks and just building a fucking slope gradient, just a gradual slope gradient down so we could get back onto the switchbacks.
Oh my God.
And so myself, my friend, our buddy Alex, and David, those are the two other guys I was with. We're going about, and we had split up into the two cars. So David and Alex were in his Jeep, and then I was riding with Alex's dad in his Jeep. And we're coming down the switchbacks, and it was such an optical illusion moment because just like out of the corner of my eye, all I can see is just what looks like he like lost his brakes. It looks like he gained a shitload of speed going into the switchback, and was like, holy shit, he's going to die. And
Lovely.
so they go around the switchback and they disappear because there's finally trees on these switchbacks because we're in timberline now, so there's where trees grow. And so we're snaking through, and over the radio I just go, are you alive? He goes, yeah, like, you guys good? Uh-huh. I go,
Yeah, okay, I'm good.
what happened? And he goes, what do you mean what happened? I was like, well, it looks like you lost your brakes. And he's like, no. Like, I just went around it quickly. Like, don't fucking do that because I thought you died.
Oh.
Like, I thought I watched you and David just fucking careen off the cliff, and I went number one. Shit, my two friends are dead. Also,
My two friends.
I gotta find a new ride back to Kansas after this. Like, I'm gonna have to book a plane ticket. Luckily, they're kind of cheap right now.
Right.
But
we almost went to Chicago earlier.
Thank God we didn't do that.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
But yeah, no. So we finally get down. Again, we're in Georgetown, and we're all just like, that was more than we expected it to be. We need drinks. So we went to the local little restaurant that's there. That's really good, and had food and drinks. And then we drove back to Denver. And then the following day, we did some setup. That's when we took off and went down to Ouray.
Your what?
Ouray. Ouray.
That's not how I thought it was going to be spelled. Oh my God.
Or as the Wi-Fi passcode for the second hotel we stayed in, hip hip Ouray.
Oh
That is
my.
beautiful.
So
I'll
yes.
be right back. I have to go do something.
Alrighty. We'll be right back in a second, folks. Oh dear God. Sorry, we had to resync the camera. So but he also went and said, I gotta go take care of something real quick. So I thought he meant it for real. So I paused,
No.
assuming he meant it was real. Because he didn't there was no sarcasm to that at all. There was no inflection. It was just, I gotta go take care of something.
And I was trying to go, I have to go take care of something. Like, I was making a joke saying that I was about to just go grab my gun and kill myself.
Oh, well.
That was the joke that I was trying to make, and it just completely just.
Let's not do that. All right.
Obviously,
Please don't do that.
I'm joking, and you should not do that. But jokes.
I have to pull my mask down every time I go and take a sippy sue.
A sippy
Sue. Sippy Sue.
Sippy sue fuckaroo.
Where the fuck were we now? God damn it.
That's a good question.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
Yeah, that accurately, that pretty much explains everything.
I never get to press the buttons. Yay.
Show notes.
Oh, yeah.
This is why you should always have show notes, folks.
Always show notes.
So you can remember where the fuck you're at.
Hashtag, oh, wait, ow. Holy shit. I hit my two knuckles against each other right in the perfect place, like right there where it hurts. Like, you know how like you can hit somebody on the shoulder?
fuck did you manage to do that?
Because I'm dumb. Like, I
Also-
could hit someone here and it wouldn't hurt that much, but if you hit someone like right here, it hurts like a bitch.
Listen, also during the brief pause, Colin shit whipped Hannah with the with the boom arm accidentally.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do it.
And I proceeded to, like, I just looked at it and I'm like, dude, her chin, because it smacked her right in the chin. I'm like, it's gonna look like a grilled fucking Whopper.
I meant
it's gonna look like a stroopwafel.
Stroopwafel.
Ooh, now I want a stroopwafel. I was purposely trying to I meant to gently hit her in the face of the microphone because Alex said that her mic needs to be closer to her. So I was gonna be like, ha ha ha, tink, and like tap her on the face
Ha
with it.
ha ha, tink.
And I ended up in the fact that I've had a little bit to drink. I ended up just full on just assaulting her with the microphone, and I feel so bad. I'm sorry.
You should be.
Wow.
But yeah, we were on a 4x4ing. So we get to Uray. It's a cool little town. It is a small town. I mean, it's one street.
Oh shit!
Damn.
That's a small ass.
Like there's Main Street,
and that's it.
There's Main Street.
which I think is Highway 50 or Highway 550. I can't remember which one.
Dang.
But yeah, so
That's-
there's just one Main Street, and then you have 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th avenues.
Oh, so there's not even more than one street. It's just
No.
one street.
Yeah,
One street and then streets coming off of it.
yeah, it's small.
Dang.
It's tiny, but it's really, really cool. Brother. So the first night we get there, we stayed in the called the historic Old Western Hotel. Oh, it was fucking historical, right?
It was ancient.
Oh god.
It was built in like 1806, something like that.
Oh my god.
Old as shit. The floors are uneven. It feels like they have rickets.
Dear God.
It's fucking David. My friend Dave was walking on the floor and he feels literally a floorboard drop out from under him.
Shit.
Wait, was this also the story where David got absolutely shit faced?
No, that was at the second hotel.
Oh.
Oh, that was at the second hotel. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
So the initial rooms we booked were not what I thought they were, because what I read was it was 2 rooms with a joined bathroom. That was a complete bullshit lie. The regular rooms are so small, you can fit a queen size bed in there, and you have about like 3 inches between a dresser to walk from, and that's it. And then maybe an inch of walking space next to the bed.
That's
No.
not ADA certified.
And
American Dental Association.
there's no AC in the building.
Oh fuck.
No AC. I think there's not even heating, as far as I'm aware.
That's horrible.
And the windows have no bug screens on them. And they leave the windows.
That's what I don't understand. Why not install bug screens?
They leave the windows open to keep the rooms from getting super hot. So I opened the door to the room that David and I were gonna crash in. We're greeted with elm tree bugs, which are large bugs. They're harmless. They don't do anything. They just are ugly as fuck. Just crawling all over the windowsill.
Yeah, that's a no for me, Chief.
And then a wasp.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
that's an
definite
even
no for
more
me.
no for me. There was a wasp that was against
And
that
then
window.
and then there were black widows on like the ceiling.
Oh no. I would have pieced the fuck out real quick. Fuck.
And
I have to play it.
yeah, what else was there? Oh yeah, the toilets are shared.
Nope.
There's 4 toilets, 2 men's shitters and 2 ladies.
There's 4 toilets.
And 2 ladies shitters.
Hannah, you missed this. He said there's 4 toilets. I'm like, excuse me?
So there's all that. There's 2 men's cans, 2 ladies cans, and then there's 2 showers. The showers are shared. They're communal. It's very reminiscent of like a European youth hostel. If you even know what a European youth hostel is. If you do, you know what I'm talking about.
I do. That's terrible.
Well, so we were immediately like, yeah, these are not going to work. We're not taking these rooms. And we go down there and she's like, well, you have to do the cancellation through them. So the cancellation was like $175
That's bullshit.
from, I think it was like booking.com or whatever.
Oh, take Andy's advice. Never, ever, ever book from a third-party website. Always book through the hotel.
The hotel used that website for booking. They didn't have their own booking system.
Well,
well,
you know what?
ma'am.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Because we found that out after the fact. But so their check-in policy was just, here's the physical key to the deadbolt. Because the doorknobs don't work. And so
That's confidence inspiring.
So we split the 175. It wasn't that bad. Split between each of us. It wasn't bad, really, because we had booked 2 nights. So we were able to cancel the second night, but we had to stay there for 1 night. So she gave us room number 1, which is the suite. So the suite is called the Blue Room for a reason, because it's all fucking blue.
It's just blue.
The wallpaper's blue, the carpet's blue, the furniture is blue, and all the upholstery on the furniture is blue except for 2 chairs.
That's horrible.
There's a tub in the middle of the room, and the room does have its own shitter,
That's hot.
except it's just a walled off little segment with no ceiling. So it's just an echo chamber for all of your business. So everyone can hear you just ripping ass and dropping the most violent shit of your life.
I wish this had vocal effects, because if it was my Go XLR, I could just go and just have like the echo effect on it, and that'd be beautiful.
It was a true experience. Like none other. It was the best room in the entire place by far. Like you had a little living room area there. Then there were 2 sinks. Granted, on both of the sinks, they each had 2 faucets. Only one worked per sink. One was hot, one was cold.
Oh.
And then the others don't work, so I assume you have to speak parcel tongue to them, and it opens the chamber of old Western secrets there. I'm not sure.
I want to go to the old the Chamber of Old.
And it supposedly it's haunted as well by Fred and Lorraine looking for their deceased daughter.
Oh, fun.
Wet.
So just fucking hold on. So we get in there, we go, okay, this will work. And there's a balcony on the outside that is so unlevel from just the years of the building shifting. The 3rd floor is condemned. You can't go up there.
How are you even able to?
Dude, I don't. Whoever owns it has got a good bit of money to keep it okay.
And by okay, you mean to pay off the local authorities to not condemn it?
Yes.
Did you at least leave it a bad rating?
Oh, I didn't leave a rating at all.
I'd leave a bad rating and be like,
Well,
just don't.
The reason why is because there's some good stories.
Oh, God.
So there's a little local liquor store. So we went and grabbed some brews from there. Brought them back to the hotel. Each hotel room had a journal. And this journal had like a bunch of different entries from like the 80s, 70s. I think there was one entry from like 61.
Oh,
Dang.
damn.
And then some more kind of concurrent entries like 2002, 2004.
That's crazy.
Some of them were really nice. Like probably when this place wasn't as shitty as it had become in the last 20 years, roughly.
Yeah.
Like one of them was spent the night here with the person I love the most. We fucked hard. That was the journal entry.
Oh, we fucked hard, because it's not even we fucked. It was we fucked
hard. Yeah, that was one of the entries.
Hannah, I'm gonna need you to stop with your 50 Shades of Grey references.
Listen, it's the funniest line in 50 Shades of Grey.
There was one of them, and this kid wrote a whole story, and I'm pretty sure all of it was bullshit. But the next page is just this picture of what I can only describe as like if Squidward had his nose chopped off and his ass turned around
Okay.
to the front of his to where his torso is.
Backwards ass Squidward.
Oh, like Jank retarded ass Squidward.
Whoa.
And like holy shit. He goes, "This is the alien that attacked us in the night. something perfect for my retarded lifestyle. Its butt was in the front.
Oh my God. Please tell me that you took a picture of this.
Oh yeah, there's pictures of it.
Is the story like a creepypasta story?
No, I don't know what. I can't exactly remember. I don't think I took pictures of the pages. I just took a picture of the fucking shit drawing.
What if it's an angel?
My ass. If angels look like that, I want to commit all sins.
I meant weeping angel.
No. It was so fucked up. Like,
just like you took a picture that wait, what is it? That which holds the image of an angel becomes itself an angel.
Because as we were reading, we kept drinking, so it just devolved over time. Like at one point I don't remember what Alex had said, but I was laughing so hard that I fell on the floor with a beer in my hand. Oof. Just like I couldn't physically stand up because and everyone kept cracking jokes. Like his dad started like talking about like fucking Lorraine the ghost or something. Like getting some ghost poon.
Oh my God, Alex, it's page 1.
And
page
like I go to take a sip of I'd like go to take a swig of beer and someone would say something just stupid funny, so I would like start to laugh and I would start to cover my mouth and the beer would start to foam up and pressurize in my mouth, so I had to like run over to the sink, spit that out. And then just snot would come out of my nose because I'd be laughing so hard. So I'd also have to run to the toilet, grab toilet paper, wipe my nose off, come back out, go to take another swig, repeat, rinse and repeat for like
was it
6 straight times. Was
it at least 2-ply?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's good. Give him 2 stars.
That's good. That's a 5-star read right there.
But like
had
everyone kept
toilet paper.
Everyone kept cracking jokes about the ghost, the fucking friend Lorraine. I go, we're gonna die in this fucking hotel. Like, they're gonna come and murder us. Like so in the bed I was sleeping in, there's an armoire next to it. That's literally right next to it. Like I can't even walk around it to get onto the bed. I had to like go a quarter of the way onto the mattress and then just crawl my way onto the mattress. The door is like right here. And I was like, my head tends to lean kind of almost to the edge of the bed when I sleep. So either the fucking armoire door was going to come out and smack me in the head in the middle of the night, or the blue vase on top was just going to find its way off and just crack onto my head.
That would not be good.
I was like,
yeah, no.
We're going to fucking die in this hotel because we keep talking shit.
That's a hard no.
But so there were 2 beds and then a pull-out futon.
Ew.
Poor David didn't sleep for shit that night.
Pull-out futon?
Because no.
Or the ghosts?
No, because he was short.
Not even. No, that's not. Sorry, David. If you listen, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry as well. I had to.
No, it wasn't that. So Alex's dad has sleep apnea.
Oh no. God.
So he's really loud when he sleeps because he almost dies. And then he wakes and then he kind of like comes back to life, but it's just really loud. And then fucking Alex also snores a little bit. And that poor kid didn't sleep at all. I slept a little bit, but I get up in the middle of the night. There were 2 functioning lights in the whole room. One lamp on the night dresser and then another lamp in the room.
I don't like that.
And so I took one of the lamps off the dresser, put it on the bench that was in front. There was a blue bench in front of each bed too. So I put it on the little bench and I plugged it into the wall so I could shine light kind of where we were all sitting and reading the journal so we could see in the middle of the night. Shut up, watch. And so it's like 1:30 in the morning. I get up because I gotta pee. So I go over and I I go into the can and I pee to the side of the bowl.
Like every respectable man does when it's nighttime.
Yep. So I do my stealth piss. And then I shut the lid. Then I flush to try and muffle that. Then I come out.
Good man.
I wash my hands off and I'm walking back to the bed and I hit the bench and the little lamp falls off. And in just a dead sleep out of nowhere, his dad just goes, "Fuck off, ghost," and goes back to sleep.
Amazing.
So like we wake up the next morning, we were just like, fuck this shit, we're done. We go grab breakfast from a shitty little breakfast place that sucked ass. I can't remember what it was called. And so we leave, we go do a couple of 4x4 trails out there. We did Ophir which is really fun. It's not a hard trail, but it hits like 12,000 feet at the summit.
Oh God.
And then coming down, it's all this shale, so you have to crawl nice and slow because shale is slick. So if you're going too fast, you'll just start sliding.
Oh, lovely. That sounds like so much fun and not a lot of anxiety.
Yeah. Once you do it one time, you get over it.
I don't know if I want to do it even one time.
We're just going down. This poor dude came up there on a motorcycle. We called him Indiana because his license plates were from Indiana. Because he kept falling over because he would go a little too fast, and so his rear tire would hit one of the shale rocks and would kick out and fishtail.
Oh, that sounds
right
fun.
to left, and he would just fall.
Well,
His bike was heavy, so he was lucky it didn't just fall onto his legs and just break his legs on the mountainside.
Yeah.
That's we were basically his support crew. He was just like, man, I'm not having a good day, am I? I go, no, you're not. And so we take his bike back up. He gets down there, finally onto dirt, and he's fine. He pulls off and he's drinking water. We pass him by and he just waves at us and we go, hey, man. And we drive off and I just go, dude, the only reason he's sitting there is number one, I'm sure he wants a drink, but he's probably waiting for his fucking joints to pop back into place. The number of times he fell off that fucking thing.
Oh, I'm sure.
So we come off of that, and then the Ophir, the town of Ophir, is just a couple of houses. You follow the road through Ophir, and then you get to a main road, and you just take a right. You follow that road that takes you all the way into Telluride, which is a tucked away town. It's like Breckenridge, in a sense. It's larger than Ouray. It's a larger town like Breckenridge is.
Okay.
Evidently, they have good ski trails there, from what I understand.
Oh yeah, we've heard Andy talk about Breckenridge, haven't we?
Oh, Andy lives for Breckenridge.
I was gonna say
Breckenridge, yeah. Telluride, not a lot of people. I mean, there are people that definitely know about it. When we were there, holy shit, Telluride was packed elbows to assholes with people. I was surprised, considering the climate that we're in.
Yeah, that's fair.
But they had like the main street was all fucked up. It was down to like one lane either direction because they had a bunch of the restaurants had outdoor seating. So there's just tables in the middle of the street. There's people everywhere. And I was just like, nobody's wearing a mask. And I was just like, oh, fun. So we drive.
It's Florida all over again.
We drive past Maine and we just pull up, park somewhere, and we just walk a long way, not through Main Street. We just take the outskirts.
Fair.
Predominantly. And we found a little restaurant. They have a gondola there. It's supposed to be pretty cool. Didn't do it because we had like a 2-hour parking limit.
Oh.
So we ate and then we kind of explored a little bit and then we left. Because then we went and did Yankee Boy, which is another 4x4 trail. So you take another gravel road up there, and it's a large gravel road because there's an active mine that's up there that you drive past. And it's a really fun trail, and it's very light in terms of difficulty as far as like 4x4 trails go. Super pretty. They call Ouray the Switzerland of the U.S. because the mountains look like the mountains in Switzerland.
Oh,
really, really fucking pretty. We have like a whole Google folder full of the pictures that we took. It looks like it's plucked straight out of a fantasy film.
Dang.
Yeah, no, I mean, just holy shit, pretty. And it's the only way you're gonna see it is by driving to get to it. There's no other way to see it.
Oh.
So if you definitely have the chance, it's unrivaled beauty, and the fact that it exists at all, it feels like you're completely somewhere else. There's sections of the mountains that look like Scottish Highlands.
Oh wow.
Beautiful.
Which is Governor's Basin Trail.
Andy, you want to go?
Maybe.
Which it's a really tight, narrow trail. So only one car can go up and down.
And
there are small little like areas where you can turn off to let a car pass and then you can go.
I don't like that.
So it's a little more harrowing of a trail to do. but you get to the top and you're at like 15,000 feet. You're high enough up where you start to get hypoxia if you're up there for too long and you're not on oxygen.
Fuck.
You can be up there for about 15 minutes before it really hits you. But the first thing you'll notice is like your fingernails and knuckles will start to turn purple or blue. So you just kind of watch that.
Well, that's what Nick got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I remember that, yeah.
But like, holy shit, really pretty. Then there were two fuckers that had oxygen tanks that had hiked up there. And then there's a hiking trail that you can hike higher up to the summit of that mountain if you feel like you want to fucking do that.
If you feel ballsy enough.
But you got to train like a motherfucker, number one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
So we come back off. We did all our trails. We booked another hotel because fuck the old Western.
Yeah, no, fuck that shit.
It's
No.
like I took a shower and I was scared that like if anything, if I touched the shower curtain with any extremity, any part of my body, I was going to get a fucking disease. Like, I mean, the one I showered in wasn't that bad.
Don't get hard.
It was it was fairly clean.
Don't get hard. Don't get hard. Don't get hard.
So the next hotel was actually really nice and it was a really good rate. It was like $50 a person.
Oh, that's not.
So we booked 2 nights there. It was 4 of us. So it was about like 200, which for that area is actually not terrible.
Yeah, I guess you could get more expensive hotels somewhere in Colorado.
Like that was the second cheapest in that area.
Jesus.
But it was a nice hotel.
Well,
it had all the modern amenities you'd want. And it was a nice room. It was a sizable room.
No wasps.
For 4 people and that. And
Didn't realize that was a requirement.
It had a microwave.
Ooh.
And it had a mini fridge that wasn't stocked.
Oh.
So you could put your own shit in it.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I hate that shit.
I can't fuck. Because if I could remember the name of the hotel, I would shout it out.
You can't fuck? That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know. It really kind of sucks.
Well, he can't. He actually got a wasp sting and a black widow sting in his penis. He had to get it chopped off. That's why.
In.
Yeah, it crawled up and stung inside.
Excuse me?
Nope. I need to fucking drink it up. Oh dear God, no.
Yeah, that's a
No. No. That did not happen. This is the hotel where things got really interesting.
Oh, this is where you got. Oh, this.
'Cause-
yeah, I know this.
So the last night we were in the hotel. Well, the first night, anyways, we went and bought more alcohol because why
As you
go
do.
out to bars and drink when there's a liquor store and it's cheaper.
Yep. Which is why we teach you how to make new drinks.
So we went out and bought our own shit and brought it back to the hotel and just drank in the hotel. So the first night was pretty laxed. We just told some shit jokes, and then went to fuck to bed.
Why did the sperm cross the road?
But so the second night,
Because I put on the wrong socks.
ew. But so that next night, they had a little outdoor fire pit area that we were sitting at, and so the man, the myth, the legend that we met there, we're gonna call him Jim.
Jim?
Jim was a former Vietnam combat veteran.
Oh, Jim!
He did like 9 or 10 combat jumps.
Jeez.
And so we drank with him that night. Just sitting there talking. Now, Uray is a small town. You try and go get food, like dinner, at 8 o'clock, you're fucked. You miss the window. Like, you have to go eat at like 6:30 to get food.
Otherwise, there's no food left.
Because there's no Uber Eats, there's no DoorDash, none of that shit.
Oh, I'm sure.
The entire town shuts down by 9 o'clock.
That's insane.
That's weird.
So we're just sitting there and we're like, fuck, we need to eat because we were just drinking Maker's Mark. And we finished a bottle of Maker's Mark that he had already started. He was already a quarter of the way through it.
Jeez.
And he was also drinking like he just kept going, man, this wine is shit, and he would just keep pouring it. And so David, after like a whiskey or two, goes, I'll finish it. Like, oh, you will? Thank God. And he's got a glass that's probably like a 6-7 ounce cup, fills it to the brim with red wine.
Jesus.
David drinks all of that. Keep in mind, we haven't eaten shit yet.
Yeah.
I'm still doing fine. Alex is still doing fine. Oh, dear God.
David is a man of small stature. If you haven't,
He is.
yeah. Which usually means that alcohol hits you faster and harder.
Now, when he eats, he can tolerate quite a bit. He found out that when he doesn't eat, bad things happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
So also, Jim every time would just be like, we need to get these kids some food. We got to go eat. I got a big gun. And then every time a car drove by that he didn't recognize, he's like, get the fuck out of here.
Ooh. Oh, this is a small town. He knows everyone.
Because
That's great.
him and his wife go there like every year or two. It's kind of just their little spot that they travel to. And so David finishes that wine, and then he had 4 whiskeys and that wine.
Oh my God.
I
would have already succumbed to alcohol poisoning.
I had like three whiskeys and then a shot of another whiskey that Alex ran and bought because we finished the Maker's Mark, and he ran to the liquor store and bought the cheapest bottle they had. It was not my favorite. It was definitely like a lot more smoky, a little more harsh,
Fair
not
enough.
as smooth and refined.
Yeah.
But so Jim takes a swig of it and just starts hacking like, oh God, ugh. And he just looks at me, and I just go, knock it back. I go, yeah, it's all right. The look on his face, just like, what are you? But I mean, the conversation with him, he was a cool guy. He had a lot of insight. And he gave me his airborne hat. And then he wanted to give me his fucking jumper wings, and I told him, I can't take your jumper wings. I didn't jump into fucking combat. Don't give me your wings. And he goes, well, my kids don't want them. I'm like, but they're yours.
Yeah, you'd need to get buried in those fucking things.
You earned
Yes.
those. I'm not going to take those from you. And he was pretty hammered already. So later on, David goes upstairs back into the hotel room. Alex gets a text from his dad. Our friend David is passed out on the floor.
Fun.
And he goes, your friend needs some help. So Alex runs up there. I'm still talking with Jim. Finally, the conversation wraps up. And this dude just stumble walks, almost smacks his head on a wooden pole.
Fun.
Stumble walks back into his hotel room. I kind of clean a bunch of shit up, and then I go back up to the hotel room. I did get a little bit buzzed, like everything in front of me, fine. I wasn't slurring or anything, but at my periphery, I could just feel it in my brain. My periphery was a little fucked. And I was like, I need to stop. So I did do that. And I just started drinking water, and then I'm okay.
You're better than I am.
And so I run, like I'm heading upstairs, and so I get in there. He had thrown up at some point. This kid
Boy.
just like threw up on a bed cover. The poor kid threw up on a bed cover, threw up in the sink.
Ooh.
But so before that happened, Alex like picks him up off the floor, says, why don't you go into the bathroom and take a shower? And he goes, okay. He walks into the bathroom, shuts the door, turns the lights off, and just falls asleep on the floor in the bathroom. And then he walked back out, and he was just like, 1 second,
no.
I'm perfectly fine. Another second. Hell yeah, just all over the fucking sink. And he's just like, why is it red? And I go, maybe it's because you had red wine.
Oh.
He goes, oh, yeah. He's a very apologetic drunk. Like, he just couldn't stop
poor
saying,
honey.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm like, dude, you're fine. You're okay.
See, I'm a giggly drunk. So
And Well, so I'm getting ready to go to sleep, and just in the middle of the night with the lights off and the TV on, out comes Bear, like on the floor, crawling on his hands and knees like the fucking Grudge. Comes out David, and he crawls to the side, like his side of the bed, doesn't get on the bed at all. It's just crawling on the floor, sticks his head in between the bed and like the nightstand that separates the two beds, and like half his torso is underneath the bed, but he couldn't fit under it. Like he tried to crawl underneath the bed and he couldn't fit. And so I just like throw some pillows down next to him and a blanket. I go, here's some pillows and a blanket, and all I hear is, okay.
Oh.
And so we go to sleep. I feel him like jump up on the bed in the middle of the night at some point, and then he passed out. And I wake up. He's done. Like he is out of it. Surprisingly, his hangover wasn't like, okay, it was pretty bad. But so we wake up, we go and get food, and then we come back. We brought his food back because they had vouchers for this little restaurant that you went to, so your breakfast was included.
Yeah.
It was really good. Like they made their own house-made donuts.
Ooh, now I want donuts. Damn it. You want to go to Donutology up the street?
I don't know what that is.
It's a donut shop.
Maybe. And so we come back and he just wakes up. He's like, why does sound kind of hurt? My head feels fuzzy. No, that's a hangover.
Has he never experienced a hangover before?
No.
Wow.
Because he usually eats.
Well,
he's never drank like that and not eaten.
Get fucked, David.
Sorry, man.
Well,
you learned a valuable lesson.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're wrapping that up. Drink water and eat before you drink.
Yeah,
if you're planning on drinking a lot.
If you need to go, like you're going out to a bar, you're going out to a party, mashed potatoes. It's really easy to make. It's really fast to eat, and the starch will help absorb alcohol so you don't get a hangover.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's the hangover tip from Hannah.
And drink a lot of water.
Yeah, hydrate. Hydration is key.
Always be hydrating.
Hydrate or dihydrate, people.
Hydrate or dihydrate. Alrighty.
Fantastic.
Always fun.
Well, hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you will come back again next week, hopefully for our next episode. I'm Colin.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Hannah.
Thanks for listening to Bitters, Brews, and Laughs. Have a good one, everyone.
Cheers, everybody.